Hi everybody, sorry I'm a bit late, been rushing around like an idiot. So it's a little bit noisy out front as well, so apologies if you get some noise. Welcome to another cocktail session. I'm just waiting for the comments to load up, hopefully I'll see them this week. So if you are here, please say hello, join in, type any comments you want, well, within reason, and I'll try and keep up as we go. And I've got one person according to the thingy, so that's good, so I'll start. And it's Greg, thank you Greg. Welcome. Really, I've come up with this theme. I know it might sound a bit odd to some of you, but I've really been out of sorts for a couple of weeks and I thought, oh, I just need something nice, and I love my cocktails, as you know, so it's always good therapy to come on here and share that with you. So I've got some Soothers, some Comforters, that sort of thing. Hi Carol, thank you. Lots of rum, lots of brandy, as you'd probably expect from a medicinal tipple. And yeah, I just hope that you enjoy them. And it was really cold last week, and I put this menu together when it was really cold. But it's glorious sunshine today, and it's hot here, and so I am feeling better. Hi Greg, yes, I definitely need a cruise, but as you know, I've got to wait a little bit. So it's lovely seeing everybody's pictures, absolutely fantastic pictures of Iona. I can't wait, that's my next cruise, and all sorts of Princess and Disney and all sorts I've seen. So yeah, probably I'm feeling it a bit. Cruise blues, isn't it? Alright, let's get going, shall we? So first up, I'm going to do for you a doctor cocktail. So don't worry, I haven't needed a doctor. But this is really a good old classic. I should say, actually, most of today's are coming out of one of my favourite books, which is this Vintage Spirits and Forgotten Cocktails by Ted Haig. And he actually calls himself Dr. Cocktail. Great book and one of my favourites. And so these are all based on some of those recipes, so all classic and vintage ones as well. So the Dr. Cocktail is really quite simple, and it's 3 ingredients. You need some rum. So I am using today the Mount Gay Eclipse, which I love for cocktails. I like Cockspur one as well. I like Barbados rum. And you'll also need some Swedish punch. Don't worry if you can't get this. What this is, I don't know if you can see that very well, it is a rum-based aperitif. So if you've got a rum-based liqueur, something like that, you can use that, or use a spiced rum instead. So don't worry if you haven't got it. The traditional recipe does use this. And, oops, sorry, got an error pop up. And then we've got lime juice. Simple as that. So if you like a classic rum daiquiri, not the frozen ones all mushed up, but the actual classic, I think you'll like this one. And we're going to shake. So grab yourself your shaker and some ice. Ice cubes are huge. And we will need 2 shots of rum. So go for a dark rum. You could go for a golden rum here if you wanted to. Like a new bottle. Just got to keep this one away from Tony. We both love rum very much. Then you'll need 1 of your Swedish punch or your spiced rum or anything like that. Rum liqueur is a bit better for this, but you don't see it all that often. I know, I think Fen Spirits do a rum liqueur. I haven't come across very many. And then, oh, Carol's getting to like the rum cocktails. Brilliant. Hi, Roberts. Robert's back from a week on Iona. So lovely pictures. And he's been sending me pictures of cocktails as well. So I think the Mai Tai was a hit there, wasn't it? My comments on you. There you go. So, sorry, I'm waffling on and not talking about the cocktail. It's so hot in here and my brain's going to be fuzzled again. So 2 rum, 1 Swedish punch, 1 lime juice, and a good old shake. And we are serving this in a cocktail glass. There we go. Oops, I'm wobbling the table, aren't I? I've got my legs crossed. There we go. Shake until you've got a nice condensation and it feels cool. And then we're going to strain it into our glass. A simple strain. You could fine strain it if you want to. This just smells gorgeous. Rum and lime. What's not to love? And then to garnish this one, some lime zest, slice of lime, whatever you want really. I'm using spent lime from my squeezing of my limes. Whoops. Using this gadget here. I'm going to use that live in a bit. So I'm just going to drop it in because I think they just look really pretty and you've still got the lovely flavour that you'd need from the garnish. And it pops in a bit messy. So that is our Doctor cocktail. So what is it? A Doctor a day? No, not a Doctor a day. It's an apple a day, isn't it? Oh, yum. And I don't know if Tony can hear me, but I've just realised I've forgotten the milk for later. So if you can grab me the milk, Tone, that'd be great. I might have to shout a bit. Sorry, this is really nice. Absolutely gorgeous. So highly recommend that one. Very much, if you like that classic daiquiri, go for that one. Really simple to do for the people as well. Okay, next up, and this is the one that really started me thinking about this theme. This one's called a Soother. So we are going to stick with the rum. We'll get rid of the lime for a moment. Ooh. Gosh, I'm all back to front. I've got things in different places that I don't normally do. And it's been 3 weeks and I always forget things there. Sorry, Tony's waving through the door. Say hi, Tony. There we go. Milk for later. Sorry about that. So our next one, the Soother. So you're going to need your rum. You are going to need some brandy. This is a nice boozy one, by the way. And you are going to need some curacao. And I will explain a bit about curacao and triple sec. And what we have here, I've got the curacao. You can use triple sec in this one if you wish. Now, Grand Marnier, things like that, are more of a curacao, and Cointreau is more of a triple sec. And the difference is that a curacao is usually a brandy-based orange liqueur, whereas a triple sec is more of a neutral grain, so like a vodka-like spirit orange liqueur. So I've gone for the curacao. I've treated myself to this, which has got a gorgeous label if you're into the lovely old labels like me. And this is Pierre Ferrand, and I've gone for this because there's loads of cocktails I want to try with curacao. Normally I go for the Cointreau or the triple sec because it's easier and it's a bit cheaper. But if you like your orange, this is a bit good. So next we will be juicing half a lemon. So I've got my lemon and I've got my juicer. You'll need some apple juice. You could press apple juice here. It does give a nicer flavour if you've got pressed apple juice. This is pressed apple juice, but it is from the supermarkets. It's not quite as nice as the good old fresh stuff that you might get from a farmer's market or something. And then some simple syrup as well. So I have got some that I've made. I've done a 2-to-1 mixture here. So it's 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and brought that almost to the boil. And let that simmer away a little bit. And you get a nice thick simple syrup, as it's called. All right. This is another shaky one. I'm not going to put the ice in just yet. I'm going to start with this because I'm not quite sure how it's going to come up. So brandy wise, we want 1 brandy. Classically, this is a cognac recipe, but brandy is fine. I've lost my jigger. What have I done with that? There it is. So 1 shot of brandy. I'm hoping I've got enough brandy for all these because they nearly all got brandy in. And it's getting a bit low, surprisingly. Never used to drink brandy very much at all. I was in a lot of classics. You'll want 1 rum as well, so you can use a dark rum. I'm finding is best. You could use a golden rum. You probably get away with a spiced rum in this one, actually. Maybe. I don't think you get away with a white rum though. Then you need half of your curacao, so whether you've got Cointreau, Triple Sec, Grand Marnier, those types of things, all fine in this. So half, I just love the smell of this. Like brandy orange yumminess. Oh, Christmas cake, yes! That'll be soon, won't it? Will it be soon, or is that Christmas puddings? I always make my own Christmas cake, and it has a different boozy theme every year. So one year, my favourite year was when I did a Caribbean one, and it was just rum and yum 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 yum, just lovely. But I usually put quite a bit in. I'll probably have to, maybe I need to do that in my Christmas cake recipe. We're going to juice half a lemon. So these, I never thought much of these before, but I've come to love it because it's less messy than using a lemon squeezer. And so what you do is you halve your lemon and you put it in the bottom there, so there's little holes in there, and then you press it down over your glass or whatever vessel you're going to put it into. So juice of half a lemon. Probably got a bit of a stingy lemon there. Stingy half. Oh no, have I been disappearing? Oh no. Hope not. Who knows with our internet connection, to be honest. And then we're going to go for just a dash, which is going to be a bit hard. My dash is always turned into sploshes. So just a dash, which is about a teaspoon, so about 5 mils. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? 5 mils. 5 to 7.5 mils. Because mine's 7.5. Of apple juice. Just brings a lovely sweetness, and that little apple just tips the brandy over nicely. And then about half a shot of simple syrup. That's what's in the classic recipe. I'm just going for a quarter because I don't like my cocktails too sweet. So I know that this will tip it over the edge for me. So I'm just going for about a quarter shot. You could leave the syrup out altogether. It will be a little sharper. Okay. I've just realised I've forgotten the slush bucket. Oops, so sorry, gonna get a bit noisy. Right, ice into there, don't let me forget the ice. Oh, okay, must be Jamie then. All that pizza he's been teasing us with. It's his own fault. I think it's all the food I'm getting excited about for Iona, and little Elliot is as well. He wants to go to Ripples every day with Grandma. Nice and cool. And this one, I'm going to serve, you can serve this in a goblet, so classically it'd be a goblet. My goblets are quite big, so I'm going for small wine glass. Hope that it fits in. So a small wine glass would be great. Or you could double up and put it in a big wine glass, I suppose. There we go. Oh, it smells lovely. It's that orange coming through. Beautiful. There we go. If you wish, you can serve it over ice. I prefer not to. And then a lemon twist. And I forgot my lemon, haven't I? Well, let's see if I can do something with this thing. Probably not. Live garnish. Very bad move. Oh, that's pathetic. I'm going to have to do a slice of lemon instead. Bear with me. Forgot my zester and my potato peeler. So just quickly pop that. Oh, these lemons are rubbish. They've got so much seed in them and pith. I'm not very happy. So I'm just going to put the lemon on there. So that is our Soother. That's good. It's really nice. It's really quite delicate actually. So although I thought this was going to be feeling more wintry, summer into autumn's a good one. Anyway, so another good one. Right, I'm all getting in a mess. Our next one, absolute classic, and I thought tied in a bit with our sort of travel theme of our group and everything. It's an East India cocktail, a little bit colonial. In fact, it dates back from there. So we don't need the rum at the moment, but we will do later. Yeah, alright, Jamie, I've just seen your comment. It's just come to the top. Comments are flying today. It's because you're all talking about, oh, lovely stuff. All the food on Iona. Yeah, the keys. I love that idea. Absolutely. Oh, hi, Robert. Sorry, Robert Clayton has joined us as well. I automatically saw Robert and thought it was Robert Nee. More than one Robert. Eee. Okay. So this one, lots of brandy in this one. So if you're fussy about your brandy, choose your favourite. And raspberry syrup. So I've got in here, it's actually a raspberry puree in here that I've got from Monin rather than a syrup, but that will work. If you haven't got either a syrup or a puree, then go for a raspberry liqueur, but that will make it much more boozy and might tip the balance off a little bit. Sorry, that one's just in the way. I'm just going to move it. There we go. Whew. And then Angostura bitters. So got a bit of Caribbean Angostura bitters. I think it was Caribbean. I must learn about these things a bit better. That's nice. And some curacao again. So back with our curacao. And then maraschino liqueur. So maraschino liqueur, I've got the Briottet one here, which is my favourite at the moment. It's a maraschino cherry-based liqueur. Get rid of some of these bits. And we're also going to garnish with a cherry. We haven't done that properly for a while. I've got proper maraschino cherries back. My favourites. So, let's see, so we can get a bit of noise. Maybe not. The ice hasn't come out, so I'll reuse. No, I won't. Oh dear. The ice is stuck, so I might have to do it the wrong way around. Right, East India cocktail, and I am going to serve this one in a vintage style cocktail glass. Martini glass will do you fine as well. And oh, thank you, Robert. Actually, the Funkin' Pro cocktail syrups are pretty good. I have got smoked cocktail syrup from them, which is fantastic for doing the smoked old fashions that you find on board. I think it's still on board anyway. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the pre-mixed stuff. Occasionally a sweet and sour mix, but otherwise it's got to be the proper stuff. So into here, let's go. We have got 3 shots of brandy. Like I say, boozy one. It's all about the brandy with this, to be honest. Oh my goodness, hope I've got enough. Hope I've got enough for the next ones. Especially the next one, because I'm quite excited about the next one. Here we go. Then we're going to just go for about half a shot. Sorry, I know you can't see it, it's just my ice is in there. I'm hoping it's going to loosen up. Normally I would do it in the glass half. So we want, I've got the silliest container. This is a bit gloopy. Half a shot of your raspberry. I love raspberry flavours. We prefer that to strawberry. Oh, hi Diane. Thank you. Pina coladas on board aren't the same anymore. Oh, I make a mean pina colada, if I do say so myself. I'd love to get on board, and I'd love to be able to sneak behind the bar and see if I could do a live session on board. Got to work on that, haven't we? Sorry, I digress. Brandy, raspberry syrup, Angostura. Now, I like a good slosh of Angostura bitters. Depends how much you like them. So I go for a good generous dash. You may just want a few drops if you prefer. Brings a spice and brings some of the flavour out of the brandy and out of the curacao as well. Now then, I'm such an idiot. I've forgotten all sorts today. I have forgotten my teaspoon as well, but it's okay, we can get around it. So we want just a teaspoon, so 5 mils-ish. It's about a third of a shot. And I've still got some raspberry in there, so guessing a bit. It's just a dash. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, But with cocktails, it's all about the balance, and this one does need a bit of balancing off. Otherwise, you can shoot it completely the wrong way. So these additional flavours are really bringing out the flavours that are in your brandy as well. Again, teaspoon of curacao. Add to there. So I'm not keeping up at all. Team in Anderson. Oh, I loved Anderson's on Aurora. Is it good on Iona as well? Ooh, wine. I love wine as well. Oh, I just like drinking, really. Doesn't bode well, does it? Okay, here we go. Let's get a bit tidier here. So I am upside down. But there's some ice already in there. So, good old shake. Good stop. I think that's okay. Because I haven't got my slops bucket. I'm so far from the kitchen that I have a little slops bucket to the side of me usually, and I've completely forgotten to do it. That's what happens when I have, you know, because it's the first and third some days, and then when we miss a Sunday, because it's not every other week, I lose it. So we're going to strain that into our cocktail glass. I love these glasses. I'm definitely going to get some more. Broke my other one. Just so pretty. It's from a design from around 1910, so it fits with the vintage cocktails that I love. So my raspberry syrup is, because its puree is quite dark, yours may not look as dark as this, and in fact the light's gone for me as well, goodness me. And so let's have cherries. Now apparently, I don't know how true it is, I'm a bit of a superstition around cherries, that you should only serve them on a garnish with odd numbers, so 1 or 3 or 5. I'm going to go for 3. These are absolutely my most favourite cocktail cherries. I can't get them locally, so I have to order them off of Amazon. And they're on offer on Amazon at the moment. So there we go, I'm going for 3. And this is on my, apologies, it's on my Royal Caribbean cocktail stick that I must have pinched. I usually find a cocktail stick in my handbag at some point. So, here we go. An East India cocktail. Oh! Cherry moustache now. Bad move. Not very elegant. Ooh. That's good. You do need the balance right with this one, because you can taste how it would easily go quite medicinal. So watch out. It's on the edge of being a bit cough drop. It's very rich and very lovely, and that is a lovely autumnal one, I think. It's got those little spices through it as well. I feel like I've got cherry juice all over me now. Oops. Right, next up, this one has so many recipes out there. I've used an older version of the recipe, tweaked it a little bit, and I hope you'll like it. It is called a Fogcutter, which I think with the way my brain is, it's probably quite appropriate, but it's also appropriate to seafaring, of course. So you want your brandy, you want your rum, you want some gin. So I have got Lidl's Finton's gin, which is great for cocktails and keeping it cheaper. Usually find gins, while it's lovely, and I can't wait to get my hands on that Maribel gin. If you're making a lot of cocktails, then something like this one will work really well. Ooh, the apple and elderflower spritz. Robert sent me a picture of that. That looked amazing. It looked really good. So I don't know if you remember, we were trying to have Robert track down the 180 degree cooler, which was a gorgeous one from the 180th anniversary. I think it was then. Yeah, it must have been. And I've made it, and it's absolutely lovely. It wouldn't have been one that I'd have chosen on board, but it was absolutely delicious. He couldn't find it on Iona, so he went trying all the spritzes out. the apple and elderflower sounds great. So, did I finish? I didn't finish, did I? Goodness me, sorry, I'm all the nonsense again. So there are spirits that we're going to use. We are going to use some orange juice as well, not too much, and some lemon juice. I have already squeezed it in here, and some orgeat as well. I've got a feeling that's my mum at the door. Tony. She's in trouble if it is. I don't know. Anyway, I'll try and carry on. But the door's right there. So you will also need some orgeat, which is almond syrup. Okay, so it's almond syrup. If you haven't got almond syrup, you could use... It is my mum. She's in trouble. Although she's dropping off some trout pate that she's made, so I will forgive her. Could you give...
Hello, everyone!
Could you give Mum that black box, please? It's got a book in for Charlie.
Thank you.
Oh dear. She told me 4 o'clock. Hour and a half late. Goodness me. Right, okay, let me start again. So, brandy, rum, gin, orange juice, orgeat, which is your almond syrup. If you haven't got almond syrup, you could go boozier again with amaretto, or you could... She's gone again, Jamie, sorry. You could use ordinary sugar syrup here if you wish. Okay, so don't worry if you haven't got almond syrup. I've actually watched a video this week on how easy it is to make almond syrup, so I might have a go at making my own. Might do syrups. Maybe a syrup session, who knows. So, let me get rid of that. That's the dangers of living in a terrace house and doing your sessions live from the front room. She's going to be very late. She's had a dinner invite, so yeah. Alright, so we are going to go for some ice. I'm not going to get too mad with the ice on this one because there's quite a bit of booze in this. Just a sip would send my mother over the edge with cocktails, I'm afraid. Get her drunk, it's fine. Alright. I think we must be a little bit behind. I must be about 20 seconds behind, maybe a bit more. Because my mum's gone now. Right, 2 rum. So, good dark rum here. You can actually use a spiced rum, a white rum, any rum you like. For me, the dark rum, Barbados dark rum, perfect for this one. I will do some other recipes around this one because there's a really good variation. I know some of you like blended cocktails, and there's a fabulous Fogcutter blended version of this, so I will do that one day. Brandy, you just want 1 shot of brandy this time. So Iona is the only ship in the fleet with a new menu. Oh, okay. So exclusive cocktails on Iona. My challenge when I'm on board, because I'm on board for 16 nights. I'm just going to love it. I'm going to work my way through the cocktail menu, basically. That is what I'm doing. What am I doing now? 1 brandy. Maybe I should tell you not to put things in the comments because I'm getting all distracted and all the dither. I'm so excited about Iona. We did book a bunch of excursions the other night just because we're not sure whether we're going to be able to get off and wander ourselves. So we did take the decision to do that. And the balance is due soon. That's the scary bit. And half a gin. Okay, so a London dry gin or an Old Tom gin works well here. So this recipe dates back really quite a way. There's variations of it with Pisco brandy instead of ordinary brandy, all sorts. But I think any version is going to be good. 1 orange juice. So if you can do freshly squeezed, please do. Oh, look, so splurted out. The lid wasn't on properly. Do go for the freshly squeezed because it does make a difference. I've got a Lidl special here, of course, but if you've only got bottled, that is fine. And then, this is where it gets a little sharp. You want 2 shots of lemon juice. So that's the good, it cleanses everything, doesn't it? Lemon juice. And then half an almond syrup. Oh, I've forgotten there is a final ingredient that goes at the end. I've written it in the wrong place in my notes. So half almond syrup, which I love. It's becoming a firm favourite, this almond syrup, I have to say. You don't need too much. Half is quite a bit actually. Use sugar syrup if you need to. And we are going to prepare our glass quickly because I've forgotten to do that as well. So fill it with your ice. Whoops. You want it as full as you can. I've got stupidly big ice cubes, which I don't know how well that's going to play out, but let's see. I'm going to give this a shake. You want this nice and cool. Because I was waffling on so much, my ice cubes have started to melt already. There we go. Unscheduled interventions, absolutely. I thought she'd given up for the day. I'll forgive her. And so I'm going to pour this, strain this into your highball or a Collins glass. Oh, it smells delicious. A little bit at the top, you want that because what you now do, your garnish is actually sherry. Or, so you can use the sherry, cream sherry, or use Madeira wine. So I'm using, this is my favourite from Blandy's in Madeira. I've got a teeny weeny bit left and I'm going to use it on this. And I think you can buy the Malmsey on board actually. Possibly by the bottle. I remember that. I do remember having a glass of it. So you want about a shot, if you've got a shot left. Eek. Not quite a shot left, it's gone now. Going again at Christmas, so. And what you need to do is just gently drizzle this on the top. And ooh, it'll sink down the sides. That'll be lovely. And then, no other garnish, that's the garnish. It doesn't look like it's garnished it very well. Straws, let's have some straws. Let's have some anchors. So my straws are paper straws from the paper straw party shop. And let's have a taste. A Fogcutter, an early recipe for a Fogcutter. Ooh, that's good. That's so good. The Madeira wine is from down to the bottom. I love this. We get the almondiness coming through from that syrup. That is beautiful. Oh, why haven't I made these? Yum, yum, yum. Right, okay. Last one. And this one is a Caribbean recipe. Right mess here. Oh, that's gorgeous. Fogcutters all round. That's what we need, to get a Fogcutter on board. I think I need to redo the menu for them. So, the last one is a milk punch. Like I say, a Caribbean recipe, but quite boozy. So you want your brandy. Being a Caribbean recipe, you are going to want your rum. So choose a good rum, your favourite rum. You will also need some syrup. Now, classically, it's syrup and some vanilla essence. I find it works great with some vanilla syrup, but which I would use if I was using the classic. What I really love, though, is cinnamon syrup. Okay, so I'm going to use the cinnamon syrup. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to use a bit of both. I'm going to make it up. So, two, because the cinnamon just brings a loveliness to it. And you will need some milk. So I have some milk, whole milk. So we have whole milk anyway. So this could be just my standard bedtime cocktail, couldn't it? We're very lucky to have very pretty milk bottles from Ferneley's. So if you're in the Melton, Mowbray, Rutland area, Ferneley's do deliver milk to your doorstep in the good old-fashioned way. So do look them up if you want your milk delivery. And also, if you're visiting the area, they have an amazing ice cream parlour and cafe. So look them up if you're in the Melton, Rutland type area. Well worth it. Alright. Have I got everything? Yes. Think so. So this one, we are going to shake it. And I think I'll shake it up first before I prepare the glass. Ooh. I don't know what I've done with my table today. Anyway, let's go. Bit of ice in there to shake with. We are going to go for 1 brandy. I'm going to serve this in a rocks glass. If you're serving it in anything bigger, so you could serve it in a highball or a Cullen's glass, you might just want to up the alcohol content, well, any ingredient content really. So 1 brandy. It says half a rum, but I like to go for at least 3/4. Mainly because I like rum more than I like brandy. I should probably just switch around the ingredients, shouldn't I? But it does work. Oops, actually I've got 1 in there. Never mind. Then you want really just a dash of syrup. So about 10 mils of your syrup here. So I'm just going to pop it into here so I don't make a mess. I'm going for half cinnamon, half vanilla. You could go vanilla, you could go cinnamon, you could even do the almond actually. The almonds would work well. Yeah, proper milk butter. We only just switched to it. And I'm really pleased actually because I think it does taste better than the supermarket stuff, I have to say. And what I love with the whole milk, you know, when you get the cream all at the top. So, yeah, it's good. So your syrup in. You don't have to put the syrup in, but it sweetens it nicely. And then you want 4. Ooh, if I can get the lid off. This one's on well. There we go. Yum yum. All done with it. Going mad. Spin it, I think. Oh, man. So 4 shots of milk. Sounds weird saying that. Well worth it. There we go. I don't know how I'm going to fit all that in my glass, so let's see. So a good old shake. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put the ice in afterwards because I'd rather have the liquid in the ice. And a good old shake. Oh yeah, fat milk. I like fat milk. Yeah. Fat milk has all the good bits in it, doesn't it? That's what I think. There we go. And let's strain this in. Use a clean strainer actually. I'll strain this in, and really what I should do is pour the crushed ice in first and pour it over the crushed ice, but I wasn't sure how much it's going to fill. That's not too bad, is it? So I'm going to pop, now I'll pop the crushed ice over the top. I've put my crushed ice into here. I think it's still frozen. Sort of. In fact, it's frozen to the thingamywhat's it. I can't remember what it's called. a bottle, thermal bottle. Again, it's because I'm miles away from the kitchen or anything like that. There's loads of stuff to the side. I can't be doing with that. And then, so you'd serve this, I think a tumbler or rocks glass is fine. And then you want to grate some nutmeg onto the top. So grate fresh nutmeg if you have it. The fresher the better. You can usually find that in the markets and things better. And that's just came from Tesco, so who knows. I love nutmeg, so I'm quite generous. And it makes it look pretty and it makes it smell gorgeous. One of my favourite smells is fresh nutmeg. There we go. So this is our milk punch. Okay. I like it. Really nice. Sorry, I was crunching an ice cube then. It's so comforting and lovely. Like creamy and nice, and while you do have the alcohol in there, you don't really taste it that much. A bedtime or a breakfast cocktail? I think bedtime one really. Yeah, breakfast martinis for breakfast. Alright. Goodness me. I have made a mess. So let's have a bit of a lineup. I know I'm going to enjoy all these. Well, Tony, I might have to give Tony one, but I've got a day off tomorrow because nice thing tomorrow. It's our anniversary. So I'm going to have some lunch somewhere and enjoy probably drinks. Oh, which way round did I do these? Can't remember now. Oh yeah, East India. Not as colourful a lineup as we sometimes have, but pretty good collection altogether, I'd say. So we had, first up we had the Doctor cocktail, so very much like a daiquiri, rum daiquiri, classic one. Oops. So that was our rum, our Swedish punch, and lime, absolutely delicious. And then we had our Soother. So this one was the brandy, the rum, the curacao. I will have to refer to my notes. They're all quite similar actually, but they taste very different. It's really odd. Curacao, lemon juice, apple juice, and a bit of simple syrup in there. Really like that. That is much lighter than I expected it to be. Then we had our East India cocktail. This one I think is really autumnal into winter actually, so it's one to get ready. Brandy, raspberry syrup, Angostura bitters, that brings out that spice, orange curacao and some maraschino liqueur. Just a touch, it's all you need. But that's really good, and then garnish that with some cherries. Possibly my absolute favourite here. Yeah, I think it is. The Fogcutter. So this one is really quite boozy. You expect nothing less now, do you? And this is, we'll have to refer to it. This particular recipe, the early version of a Fogcutter with a few little tweaks. Rum, brandy, gin, orange juice, lemon juice, and almond syrup. And then once you've shaken all of that, you garnish with a shot of Madeira wine. Well, I did Madeira wine. You can use a cream sherry. That will work well here. I've got some other recipes on this one that do a drizzle of cherry brandy here as well. So if you like your cherry brandy, then a drizzle of that on this would be delicious too. So that, imagine the cherry brandy with the almond. Yum. And then our milk punch. So don't get this mixed up with the kids' milk. This is our brandy, our rum, some syrup just to sweeten it and bring a bit of flavour to that. So whether you use cinnamon syrup, almond, vanilla. Vanilla's the classic. And then shake that all up, serve it over crushed ice and garnish with your nutmeg. Really lovely. I don't think you'd know really what you have. So thank you very, very much. Our next one will be 2 weeks' time. I've forgotten the date. because I can't even remember what the date is today. That's bad, isn't it? No, I can't remember. So 2 weeks time, and I'm going to do a bit of a cherries and berries type theme. So if you have got fresh blackberries around you in your garden or in the hedgerows, see if you can grab some of those. You might need to freeze them. I know that some blackberries have come quite early, so you might need to freeze them for a bit for 2 weeks time. I'm going to steal some from my mum's garden, because I will do a bramble for you, and I've got some other berries and cherry like things all up my sleeve as well. So cherry brandy after a horrendous night on it. Oh, is your cherry brandy like my apricot brandy? Oh, I've come around to apricot brandy, which is fantastic, but there was a time when I really couldn't. Thank you, Carol. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. I hope I'll not fall into grumpy, moody person that I've been the last couple of weeks. And we'll have some fun with cherries and berries. So thank you very much. I will pop the recipes on as soon as I can. I keep forgetting to do that bit. So if there is a recipe you want and I haven't put it up, then just shout me. If you want to change any ingredients at all, just shout. I'm happy to help you with that. So thank you very much, and see you again next time. Bye for now.